Welcome to a deep dive into the evolving Texas real estate landscape of 2025, where the ground beneath many home prices seems to be shifting, creating both caution and opportunity for investors, homebuyers, and real estate professionals alike. Imagine a market where, just a few short months ago, homes were selling at record highs, and now, in a dramatic twist of fate, prices are crashing across the top 10 cities in the Lone Star State. Today, we unravel the forces behind this seismic change and explore the key economic factors and market saturation impacting Texas real estate. We begin with an astonishing fact. In February 2025, over 80% of homes in the Austin area sold below their original listing price. This statistic isn't just a number, it is the clarion call of a market in turmoil, a market facing unprecedented headwinds. From a thriving hub of innovation and youthful energy, Austin now must grapple with rapidly falling home prices despite its median sales prices still hovering around 40% higher than pre-pandemic levels. This contradicts the notion of perpetual growth and challenges the very idea of stability in a once booming market. Today, as we explore each affected city, keep in mind that behind every percentage point and data point lies the story of buyers' dreams dissipating and investment caution rising. Our first focal point is Austin, the longtime heart of Texas real estate. Known for its innovative culture and rapid growth, Austin has suddenly become a microcosm of market instability. In a matter of months, economic pressures and an overabundance of inventory have coalesced, shaking investor confidence. The market is now defined by a sharp drop in listing prices and a rush of price reductions. In fact, more than 70% of all closed sales saw sellers lowering prices by at least $5,000 in the first quarter of 2025. This imbalance has left many prospective homebuyers both intrigued and wary. As you envision bustling city streets lined with tech startups and vibrant neighborhoods, remember the complex dance between demand and supply. With every home that changes hands at a discount, the story of marching economic trends and shifting consumer sentiment is being written in real time. Turning our attention to Pecos, a small yet historically rich community, we encounter a stark contrast. Pecos, often seen as a quieter backup to urban giants, is now leading a projected 12.7% decline in home prices by March 2026. Economic trends reveal a market where low demand intersects with high inventory, a cautionary tale of oversaturation. In Pecos, the projected steep fall is not merely a statistical forecast, but a signal to potential investors. Sometimes, the allure of lower entry prices comes paired with increased risk. Here, regional experts warn that while the lower costs might seem attractive, the overall market instability could compromise long-term returns. As viewers, you are presented with a lesson in market dynamics that underscores the need to invest not simply with enthusiasm, but with strategic caution. Next, we delve into Big Spring, where market indicators are equally unsettling. The city's housing market is reeling from a continuous drop in demand amid an oversupply of properties waiting to be sold. Like its counterparts representing the broader Texas narrative, Big Spring is a testament to market fluctuation, influenced heavily by local economic conditions and changing buyer behaviors. Understanding the situation in Big Spring requires more than surface-level statistics. It requires a deep dive into the economic shifts and consumer psyche that are driving these trends. Market experts advise that in cities like Big Spring, the challenges of rapid price declines serve as a wake-up call for both new entrants and seasoned investors. In an environment where economic fundamentals are rapidly evolving, hindsight becomes the key to future success. In the city of Alice, the narrative takes yet another interesting turn. Known for its strategically positioned location and modest yet promising growth, Alice is now staring at a market correction fueled by oversupply and sagging demand. With projections indicating a potential price decline in the near future, local real estate professionals are urging both buyers and sellers to reconsider their strategies. Here, the interplay between optimistic growth forecasts and the reality of a cooling market creates a palpable tension. If you envision quaint neighborhoods and stable family communities, the real story in Alice is about navigating the delicate balance between caution and opportunity. It is a reminder that in Texas real estate, each city tells a story of unique challenges and weathered hopes, while echoing the broader theme of market volatility. Raymondville, another city under the microscope, sheds light on the interplay between market saturation and shifting economic paradigms. In Raymondville, the decline has been underscored by dramatic inventory surges that have placed additional pressure on sellers to drastically lower prices. As one digs deeper into the economic cul-de-sac that Raymondville finds itself in, it becomes evident that the once stable local market is now an arena of fierce competition and dwindling seller confidence. Every statistic here, a rising number of listings combined with deep cuts in average prices, serves as both a warning and an invitation. Be vigilant and assess every decision with a finer comb. The city's journey from a balanced market to one overwhelmed by excess inventory encapsulates the unpredictable nature of real estate in the modern economic environment. Our exploration brings us to Sweetwater, a city marked by its cultural heritage and community spirit. Yet even Sweetwater is not immune to the tectonic shifts affecting Texas home prices. Experts forecast a significant contraction in home prices here, hinting at an even broader trend that mirrors many parts of the state. While Sweetwater's decline might initially be seen as an opportunity for buyers to acquire property at a more accessible price, the underlying risks cannot be ignored. The dynamics of supply and demand in Sweetwater have pivoted, serving as another chapter in the unfolding narrative of market correction. For investors, this city becomes a study in the balance between a lower cost of entry and the inherent challenges of investing in a rapidly cooling market. San Antonio, a major metropolitan center and a bellwether for Texas real estate, finds itself at the center of our narrative. Projected to suffer a 4.0% decline in housing prices in 2025, San Antonio represents the intersection of urban growth and market saturation. A staggering 45.4% surge in inventory has flooded the market, forcing sellers into making significant price cuts in order to attract a dwindling pool of earnest buyers. The monumental challenge facing this city is emblematic of the broader market trend. As availability increases, the days of unchallenged price growth appear to be over. For residents and investors alike, San Antonio's situation is a potent reminder that urban prosperity can be tempered by the rules of supply and demand, and that careful, data-informed decisions are more important now than ever before. As we move further into our analysis, it is important to consider the larger economic theater in which these city-specific stories unfold. Texas as a whole has experienced a nearly 16.4% year-over-year increase in housing inventory over the past year. This surge has provided homebuyers with more options on the market, fostering intense competition among sellers and triggering widespread price reductions. Every city we have examined contributes to this cascading effect, creating a real estate environment where traditional market dynamics are upended by unforeseen economic pressures. The intricate web of local economies, policy shifts, and buyer expectations all culminate in a market that demands both vigilance and agility. We now shift our focus to three additional major urban centers that stand out in this real estate crisis: Houston, Dallas, and Fort Worth. Houston, an economic powerhouse, faces its own set of challenges. Even in a city known for its energy industry and diverse economy, local conditions have forced considerable price adjustments. High inventory levels, coupled with regional economic slowdowns, have led to noticeable corrections in home prices. For investors, Houston serves as a complex example of how even historically resilient markets can become vulnerable when economic realities force a sudden reset in pricing trends. Dallas follows a similar narrative, where a once buoyant market is now contending with an oversupply of inventory and mounting economic pressure from broader regional factors. In Dallas, the balance between supply and demand has dramatically shifted. The rapid influx of properties on the market has not only intensified competition among sellers, but has also spurred a wave of strategic price reductions. Buyers find themselves in a position to negotiate more aggressively, yet the inherent risk remains. Dallas, as with other cities in our analysis, stands as a testament to the unpredictable nature of real estate. Prosperity can quickly simmer down to caution when market fundamentals undergo abrupt changes. Lastly, in Fort Worth, the narrative takes on a distinctly cautionary tone. Known for its rich cultural heritage and robust local economy, Fort Worth is now contending with significant downward pressure on home prices. The sudden influx of inventory, combined with economic headwinds affecting consumer confidence, has created a perfect storm for price declines. Investors and homebuyers in Fort Worth are encouraged to weigh the allure of lower prices against the potential for continued market instability. The city's experience is a microcosm of the wider Texas market crisis, emphasizing the critical need for due diligence and strategic foresight in today's economic environment. In summarizing this comprehensive examination of Texas real estate trends in 2025, our journey through the top 10 cities, from vibrant Austin to transformative Houston, dynamic Dallas, and historically rich Fort Worth, reveals a narrative of rapid change, economic pressure, and market uncertainty. Each city, with its unique attributes and challenges, contributes to a broader understanding of a market in transition. The data-driven insights, expert commentary, and unfolding stories embedded in these cities serve as a crucial guide for those navigating an unpredictable investment landscape. As the Texas housing market continues its evolution, it is abundantly clear that what once seemed like unassailable growth has yielded to a new era defined by caution, strategic planning, and data-driven investment decisions. The dramatic shifts we have observed are neither isolated nor entirely negative. They serve as a wake-up call to re-examine long-held assumptions. The real estate market, with its inherent cycles of boom and bust, demands respect and careful analysis, qualities that every savvy investor, homebuyer, and market analyst must embrace. Remember, in every change lies an opportunity for those who prepare. Stay informed on the latest Texas real estate trends to make strategic investment decisions in this evolving market.